Hi guys, and welcome to this week's video. So as you all may know, if you subscribe to my newsletter, you get 4 reference pictures each month that I take myself that you can use in your own artwork for a reference. So today I want to take you on a trip to the zoo where I take those reference pictures. Pairi Daiza Zoo in Belgium. I'm lucky enough that I live only an hour and a half away drive from that zoo because it's voted for multiple years in a row now as the best zoo in Europe. So today I want to take you on that trip and maybe give you some tips along the way on how to get your photography from animals in a zoo right when you're shooting through glass, when you're shooting through a net and things like that. So I hope to give you some valuable tips and I hope you like this video. Let's see you again when we arrive at Pairi Daiza. We have arrived at Pairi Daiza. So we are going in and we are hoping to see the little lion cubs that they have since like a month or so, and they should be outside by now, so we hope that we get to see them, and if we do, you might get a bonus on this video and get a picture of those, if I can get a good picture, that is. So bear with me until the end of the video. The first tip I have for you is to come as early as possible. That way there isn't much crowd yet in the zoo or wherever you're going to, and you can take pictures at ease without having to worry about getting in the way of other people and other visitors. So first tip, come as early as possible. Another great tip that I have for you is to plan your visit. So my plan today was to get photographs of the lion cubs. So the first thing I did when I arrived here was go and check out the lion cub exhibit. But I didn't have any luck this time, so I'm circling back to them a couple times a day today, and that's my plan. Making sure to have pictures of the lion cubs. Now that doesn't have to be your only plan, but make a plan when you go to the zoo and go check out the first thing on your list when you arrive. That way you are before the crowd and you can get better pictures without having to move your way around the people that are already there at the enclosure. So have a plan. Another great tip that I have for you is, if you go to a zoo, take someone with you to carry your lunch. Another great tip that I have for you is check the weather beforehand, because now it's a sunny day, but it's clouded, which is the best weather you can have for animal photography, because the bright sun is hot and the animals will be very lazy, as we are humans when it's very hot. And now the sun is a little bit beyond the clouds, which makes it less hot, and the animals are more active, and the clouds act as a diffuser, so when you shoot your animals with the camera, of course, they are lit in a very subtle way and it's not like harsh shadows and everything. So another great tip, check the weather. Now we're at an exhibit with with wolves inside, and there is glass. So when you're shooting through glass, it's best to put your camera right to the glass and eliminate all the reflection that you can, so that you can get a nice picture without all of the reflections and yourself in it. That way it looks like you shot them in the wild and not in a zoo. So that's a tip for shooting through glass. So we have been around the lions now for 2 times or 3 times if I'm not mistaken, and we still haven't seen the little ones. But anyway, let's just come back another time. That way we have an excuse to come back anyway, and we might see them then with a little more luck. We're here at an enclosure that has got some fence to it, and you have 2 options. If there are big holes in the fence, you can put your camera right to the fence and zoom in so that you can put your focus between the holes of the fence. But if the fence is like this with a little less bigger holes, you can just put the camera away, zoom in as much as you can, and then take a picture. And I'll show you these pictures right after this clip to see how the fence just disappears when you zoom in completely. That's the way to avoid the fence lines in your pictures. Next tip on the list is to look at the surroundings of the animals that you are going to shoot pictures from. For example, if there's a lot of clutter or like poles from the exhibit and everything like that, just cut that out, zoom in and take a picture up close. That way you cut out all the clutter and you get a picture of the animal itself without the surrounding being distracting. So that's it. Another tip that I have for you is to be patient. Like here you see the bears behind me, but the bears aren't always active. When it's hot weather and it's warm, they are very lazy as we are. So you have to be patient to get them to walk around and it's a little cooler, or to find another cooling spot, and then you can take pictures of them. So next tip, be patient. The last tip that I can give you is to stay as late as possible, which means to stay as late as possible because of the golden hour. That way you can get that golden light in your pictures that makes it look really magical. But today the park closes at 6 p.m. since it's midsummer time now. That's why we have the ice cream to cool down now. So we can't stay as late as possible to get the golden hour. So at 6 p.m. we have to leave, and the sun only goes down at like 9 p.m. So we don't get the golden hour, but we still get to get as much time as possible in the park. Day of walking through the park, my mom is very happy to be back home.
I'm
or
tired.
at least to return back home. Will you do it again? Apparently I'm a little bit too over the place all the time, but still it's a nice day.
Yeah.